I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Hey guys, this is 9, and no, this is not a Call of Duty Ghosts gameplay today. The gameplay you're watching here is from a 5-year-old Call of Duty game called World at War. This video is about the game mode I'm playing here. The game mode is called War, and in my opinion, it's the best game mode that Call of Duty has ever had. It was first seen in Call of Duty 3, and then again in this game you're watching right here, World at War, and it's not been available in a new Call of Duty game since then. I want this game mode in Call of Duty Ghosts. I want this game mode to live on into the next generation of consoles. I don't want the best game mode Call of Duty ever has seen to die out with the previous generation of consoles. The multiplayer population of older Call of Duty games has been gradually decreasing every year as new Call of Duty games are released, and I believe next-gen consoles will be the stake in the heart of these games. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that. The multiplayer portion of these games is going to be really hard, even if they do bring them over to next gen, to get games together, because how many people are going to buy a 5-year-old game on a next generation console when so many awesome new games with crazy graphics are coming out? I probably would, but I don't know how many other people would. So all I really want is for the War game mode to make it onto the next generation of consoles. As a lot of you probably know, the Search and Destroy game mode was not part of Call of Duty Ghosts at launch. It took a huge push from the community to get the attention of the people working at Infinity Ward to get Search and Destroy put back into Call of Duty Ghosts, and they put out an update bringing it back. Before I get into this video, I'd just like to ask everybody who's watching to consider leaving a like on this video. It would really help us be more visible if you support the War game mode coming back to Call of Duty. As you can see, I've set up the title of this video to mention key people working at Infinity Ward who could potentially help make this happen. I really want them to see how many people want the War game mode back in Call of Duty Ghosts or Call of Duty in general. And you know, we could try and pull off what happened with Search and Destroy. That's my hope. So consider leaving a like on this video. It only takes 2 seconds, and it would really help out. And alternatively, if you don't have your YouTube account connected with your Twitter so it would mention them when you like the video, you could also just link them the video and hope that somebody over there sees it. That would be amazing. So before I get into the meaty part of this commentary, let me explain to those of you who didn't get the chance to experience this game mode firsthand why the War game mode is so great. So first of all, we've got the momentum system. In the bottom left corner of the screen, you can see that there's the soldiers with the yellow and the orange bars that go back and forth as you're playing. So basically how that works is every time you get a kill, every time you call in a kill streak, anytime you do anything positive for your team, even when you capture a flag, it adds to your momentum. And the more momentum you have, the faster you can capture flags. So what this does is it brings together kill whores, objective players, anybody in the game, whatever they're doing, they're contributing to the team effort of trying to win the game without even trying to. So that one guy who sits in the back of the map trying to get his kill streaks all game, he's contributing to the team because he's making it easier for the people who are actually trying to capture the flags through the momentum system. And in the War game mode, there's 5 flags. So there's 5 flags scattered all throughout the map, but only 1 is active at a time. And right now I'm in an overtime round, so there's only 1 flag, but usually there's 5, and it keeps the action moving all over the map. So you get to play the whole map instead of just one area for the whole game. The action's always moving, the choke points are moving throughout the game, and it keeps everything fresh and fun. Really, any Call of Duty veteran, regardless of what type of weapons they use, like you can see I'm a sniper, but it doesn't matter what weapon you use. Anybody who's played Call of Duty for a long time and has got to experience the War game mode firsthand will tell you that War is just amazing. This is an amazing game mode, and some notable examples of people in the YouTube community who have advocated the return of this game mode in the past would be Wings of Redemption, Spiderbite from Next Gen Tactics, and White Boy 7th Street, who have all been vocal about the greatness of the War game mode, whether it be through Twitter or specific videos on the topic, or just mentioning it quickly in other videos that were not specifically about the War game mode. But you can see that Call of Duty players who have been around for a long time really love the game, like the War game mode a lot. Anybody who's played this game mode knows that it's just amazing. And a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of people just wondering why we haven't seen this game mode since 2008 when so many people like it and it has so much to offer. So every single day I see people complaining on YouTube or Twitter that Ghosts is just too slow paced and the maps are too big and the action is too hard to come by. I don't necessarily agree with this. I actually have been having a lot of fun on Ghost, and I think it's a very great game, but the War game mode is a perfect remedy for all these complaints. It offers extremely fast-paced gameplay, even on the largest of the large maps, and somehow it still plays great on smaller maps. They pulled it off in World at War. They just made it into 3 flags instead of 5, and it worked great, and it brings together objective-minded players and kill hordes, like I mentioned before, with the momentum system. And the Kill Confirm game mode has really been getting pushed by the developers for the past few years. It's been high up in the list of playlists when you go into the multiplayer menu, and I believe this is because it encourages objective play and constant movement. War does this as well, and it does a really good job of this, and if they really wanted, they could even put dog tags into War if they wanted to make it more modern, to contribute to the momentum system. Like, pick up a tag and it contributes to your momentum, and it would even further cut down on the camping, which was never really a problem in War anyways, but I mean, there's something there that they could possibly do. And it would also stop SMG and assault rifle users from complaining about experienced snipers who've taken the time to get good at quickscoping to be able to challenge them at closer range engagements, because in the War game mode it's more rewarding as a sniper to actually stay back a little bit more and play a more traditional playstyle, defending an objective from a distance rather than running up in the enemy's face. Now, some of you might argue that Infinity Ward will not put the War game mode in Call of Duty Ghosts simply because it was started by Treyarch. Let me tell you why this shouldn't be an issue. A studio named Grey Matter Studios that merged with Treyarch shortly after their Call of Duty United Offensive expansion pack for the original Call of Duty was responsible for introducing the immensely popular Domination game mode to the Call of Duty franchise. So you could pretty much say that the Domination game mode was added to Call of Duty by Treyarch. Well, it was really Grey Matter Studios, but then they became one with Treyarch shortly after that, so it was a Treyarch thing before Infinity Ward started putting it in their games. So that's one thing, and they also, Treyarch introduced the sprinting mechanic to the Call of Duty franchise. So that's 2 huge things put into the franchise by Treyarch and continued by Infinity Ward. So the sprinting mechanic was started in Call of Duty 3, and then every Call of Duty after that has had sprinting in it. And also, of course, there's Nazi Zombies, which was started in 2008 in this game here by Treyarch with World at War, and now we have this new survival game mode called Extinction in Call of Duty Ghosts, as well as before Call of Duty Ghosts there was survival game modes in the 2 previous Infinity Ward games, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, that weren't quite as elaborate, but they were, you know, survival game modes which were started by Treyarch. So there's no shame in bringing something started by Treyarch into an Infinity Ward game. I don't think the War game mode being in an Infinity Ward game should be a problem. Really what we're looking for here as Call of Duty fans is the best possible Call of Duty games with all the features of previous Call of Duty games that we've liked in them, and I think War would be something easy to do that a lot of people would appreciate, especially longtime fans, and I'm sure a lot of big Call of Duty YouTubers would push this game mode if it did come out, because you know, they've been fans of this game mode for so long, and they would surely be excited to see it back. So moving on, some of you might argue that Infinity Ward cannot take the time to add a game mode like War in Call of Duty Ghosts. So let me tell you why this shouldn't be too much of an issue, and hopefully they can take the time to do this if they wanted to. In Modern Warfare 3, Infinity Ward introduced a new downloadable game mode called Face Off, which was available in 1v1, 2v2, or 3v3 Face Off. They also created 7 maps specifically for this playlist. 7 maps that were available only for playing this game mode on. And before you say it would be too difficult to recreate the War game mode in Call of Duty Ghosts with the momentum system and the 5 flags, let me just inform you that modders were able to recreate this game mode for Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, you'll probably tell me, but Black Ops is a Treyarch game. It's probably much harder to do in an Infinity Ward game. Well, guess what? Modders have also recreated the War game mode in Modern Warfare 2. So that's an Infinity Ward game. And I'm sure that talented professional developers at Infinity Ward should have no problem recreating this game mode in Call of Duty Ghosts if amateur modders who probably learned everything without any formal education were able to pull this off for Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops. So anyways, those are all my points that I had to share with you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this this little commentary here. And if you do support the return of the War game mode in Call of Duty Ghosts, hopefully, or at the very least any new Call of Duty game that's coming out in the next few years on next-gen consoles, and you don't want the War game mode to die with the current generation of consoles, then leave a like on this video. It would really help out a lot. And I would really appreciate it. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. You can expect a new video tomorrow about Call of Duty Ghosts or whatever is going on with that game. And yeah, so see you then. Peace.